It started with just one glass of water. No big promises, no overnight transformation, just a simple act, every morning, without fail. What followed in the next 12 months would surprise everyone, even him, because sometimes the smallest things we do every day can lead to the biggest changes in our lives. Rishi was like most of us, constantly juggling work, family, and personal goals. He wanted to eat healthier, read more, exercise regularly, and maybe even meditate. But every time he tried to change his life all at once, it felt overwhelming. He'd start strong for a week, then drop everything by the second. His room had sticky notes with goals, motivational quotes on his phone, even gym clothes laid out neatly. But none of it stuck. He felt guilty, frustrated, and started believing maybe he just wasn't the kind of person who could change. Then one evening, he came across a video that simply said, "Don't try to change your life. Just drink a glass of water every morning." That was it. No fanfare, just water. It sounded too easy. But Rishi was tired of failing, so he figured, why not? The next morning, before checking his phone or brushing his teeth, he poured himself a glass of water and drank it. That's all. He didn't feel transformed or enlightened, but he did feel a little refreshed. He kept doing it the next day and the next. It was such a small thing. It didn't feel like a burden. He didn't need motivation or willpower. It became automatic. Wake up, drink water. After 2 weeks, something interesting happened. He started waking up a little earlier, just 5 minutes. Not because he had to, but because the glass of water had made mornings feel more intentional, less rushed. With those extra 5 minutes, he started stretching a bit. Not a full workout, just a couple of moves to loosen up. A week later, he added 2 push-ups. That turned into 5 and 10. Eventually, he was doing a 15-minute home workout every morning, all without a strict plan. Around the same time, he noticed he was reaching less for sugary snacks during the day. Maybe it was because his morning started on a healthier note. Maybe it was just momentum, but it felt natural. A month in, he decided to add one more tiny habit, reading 1 page of a book after lunch, just one. That 1 page often turned into 3, then 5. Before he knew it, he finished 2 books in 2 months, something he hadn't done in years. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. One week, work got hectic. He missed his morning routine 3 days in a row. Old Rishi might have quit there, but now something had shifted. These weren't goals anymore, they were part of who he was. So he picked right back up. No guilt, no shame. He simply told himself, I'm the kind of person who takes care of myself, even if I miss a few days. That mindset made all the difference. He stopped chasing perfection and started focusing on consistency. By the end of the year, Rishi had lost 8 kilograms, not by dieting, but by eating a little better each week. He had read 12 books. He had more energy, better sleep, and a calmer mind. He wasn't meditating for hours, but just 5 minutes a day made a difference. And it all began with one small habit, drinking water in the morning. No one around him noticed the change immediately, but when his friends finally asked, "Hey, what's your secret?" he smiled and said, "I just drink water." Of course, it was more than that, but the power was in starting small and letting those habits grow naturally, like planting a seed and watering it daily. You see, our brains love small wins. When we complete a tiny task, like drinking water or doing 1 push-up, we get a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It builds momentum. Over time, those actions become identity-based habits. Rishi didn't try to become healthy, become disciplined, or become productive. He simply acted like someone who was, and eventually, he became that person. From this video, we've learned that real change doesn't start with grand goals or big resolutions. It begins with one small step: a glass of water, a single page, one deep breath. The surprising power of small habits is that they don't just change what you do, they change who you are. Bit by bit, they shape your identity, your confidence, and your life. So what's one small habit you can start today? If this story inspired you, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more powerful stories and life-changing lessons. Remember, big changes start small, so start where you are with what you have. We'll see you in the next one. Stay consistent and take care.